you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. I just popped out of the shower. My hair is still wet. I just put it back in a clip, but I thought we could get ready together. The main inspiration for this Get Ready With Me are the KVD Dazzle sticks. They're back, baby. They're on Ulta's website at least. There are also 2 new colors, and I don't think all of them were, brought back. So I thought we could put these on today. I'll swatch them a little later in the video. I love these things. I wanted to rave about them and did in like 2021, but they like went out of stock and like never came back. Like I didn't know if these were going the way of the dinosaurs. I didn't know if they were ever gonna come back, which was so confusing. I mean, I know the Apple Balm, foundation got a lot of hype, but I feel like this is this is what should have got all that hype. But it's hard to hype something up that like literally seems like a ghost. Like I'm questioning, did these exist? But they're back. I'm so happy, so excited. So I wanted to do a look with that and kind of bust it back out of my collection. And since those are back, I thought I would revisit some products in my collection. I have a few things I want to get some more thoughts on. I have some products that I have been revisiting and I like kind of think differently about them naturally. There's a few new things here and there, but it's really about revisiting some old stuff. So let's just get into it. I am going to just zoom you in a little. Okay, we don't need to get too close and personal. Foundation and primer aren't anything that special. I'm just using the Stila One Step. This is more of a like revisiting to use that baby up. I'm so excited to get that gone. Not that I don't like it, but I feel like my relationship with panning throughout the years has been a complicated one that I'm trying to really deconstruct, I guess. But in the state that I'm in right now and like just genuinely enjoying using my makeup, finishing up a product doesn't really feel like a chore. Instead, it feels kind of exciting just to see actual progress and to also see like how much you love something, kind of physically manifested in the use of it. But since I don't like try to use things up that I don't like anymore, I don't have as many negative associations or kind of a almost burnout about makeup and also kind of using the stuff up. At least that's what it was turning into for me. So anyway, that is the primer for foundation. I'm using the Purlisse Ageless Glow, another one I'm kind of just working on to move out of my collection. I recently finished a full bottle of my Yensa and I already busted into a new one, but I thought it was a good opportunity while I'm a little more tan right now to use my darker foundation, and one I really hope not to bring into 2023. Oh, have you said that out loud yet? Have you said 2023 out loud yet? Because that's weird. That's really weird. Anyway, I'm using a sponge because I'm being a good girl and trying to make it look best on my skin and not have as many dry patches. I had a few days where I wasn't doing horrible, and I feel like all of my self-care things and self-love things, I guess, that I've been practicing the last couple of months have helped me like not get too dark of a place or like, I don't know, get too off track or weighed down. But I did have a few days where I was not doing as well and I feel like I was neglecting my skincare, so I'm trying to kind of rehab it back to a good state, and I feel like the sponge is always what makes my skin actually look the best, and it needs it. It needs that extra help, so I thought I wouldn't test it today. Next, I'm actually using a new product. This is from ColourPop. It's the I'll Bet Super Shock Bronzer. Now, this is the second shade. They actually sent this to me, so I'm gonna try it out. I feel like I would go with the lightest shade normally. I don't remember what that one's called, but I'm gonna try it with like an actual brush and just see how it goes. I've been only using my Charlotte Tilbury lately, and I want to switch it up just because I have so many other things to test, and like I know that product pretty well at this point. So I thought I would give this one a shot. I love cream bronzer. It's all I've really been using the past couple of months. I haven't really even been using powders, but this is like a hybrid, it's like the Super Shock formula. So I was intrigued in these when they came out initially. And I think that this is definitely making it work for me. It's like lighter, more subtle, I guess, not too much of a streak. That's the thing I want to avoid since I feel like it's a little dark. I'd rather gently build it up and not be sorry. To be honest, I feel like in the way that I've done it today, it looks like less intense than the Charlotte Tilbury one. So maybe this can work color-wise for me. I don't know. I want to keep it light though, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going for not completely clean girl, but like I am doing errands and I have a lot of stuff to do today. You can't see it, but my entire room is a crazy mess right now. I got this not wild. It isn't wild. I should not say that. Let's move on to concealer while I talk about this. I'm going to use the Kosas. I kind of, you know, steered away from this. I've been using the Sigma Corrector or the NYX concealer, and this I recently just pulled out because I was like, it's been so long, and I do like a doe foot applicator, you know, for like actual application, but this is pretty light. And the reason I stopped using this is because I felt like with a beauty blender, it was just like not looking good. But then I used it like this yesterday, very tentatively. I was very scared and it worked fine. So I was like, what the hell's going on? Why was it that day? Maybe it was some other product I was wearing. I don't know. Maybe I was being really hypercritical. I don't really know what happened. Anyway, back to my room being a mess. I have makeup everywhere, everything's everywhere. I am rearranging and redoing my room. I am vlogging it, but it's like a process. It started with just my room being a mess, honestly. And then I was like, I need to clean this up. So I was working on that, and then, you know, it kind of just dawned on me that I need a system and I need a place where I can continuously keep up my room. I don't want to say that I'm like messy, dirty, that type of thing, but it is hard for me to stay. Like I'm either like hyper organized or like a complete mess. I don't, I'm sorry. That's the truth, okay? Like I'm a very organized person, but I also can be like so messy at the same time. I think I want to set my face right now. I'm going in with the Rare Beauty powder. I talked shit about this. I did not like this at the beginning of the year. I was definitely not into powders really at all. And you know, I have to think about the fact that it was probably kind of cold out. Like, let's get real. And my skin was probably a little drier, whatever. I don't know. I do like a little bit of a smoother look to my skin. So I have been powdering a little bit more than normal and I have enjoyed it. I don't know. I know I thought it was kind of pink before and it is a little bit pink, but I'm not finding an issue with it right now. I don't know. So I'm glad I didn't get rid of this because I'm using it just fine now. It's a little matte right now, but just literally give it a couple minutes on me and it kind of settles in. For blush, I'm revisiting this Tarte blush. This is Exposed. Now, this is like an OG classic type product. I was so excited to get it and try it. Like this was everyone's favorite, I felt like at the time in the powder form, but I also loved these cheek things back in the day. And now we're back into cream blushes, you know, full circle moment, but I don't know how much I like this color. I'm gonna try the brush method of applying it, see if I like that a little bit better. I know I just set my face, but I haven't had too many issues with that. There's something about this, there's like a dark base on it, so it shines, but then it's like darker, and I don't know, I feel like it plays really weird on my cheeks, and like, I just haven't found a way to fall in love with it, which is kind of surprising. I also think it's interesting how I think the kind of nude shades or more neutral colors used to lean very pink toned. And I feel like now they lean a lot more brown toned because, you know, this is one that people would talk about. And I know this isn't a nude for everyone, but this was one that was just very popular. But it's more of like a mauve-y pink. It's not what I consider now something way more brown tone, because then you just do shades of brown throughout the spectrum. This has a lot of pink to it and mauve to it. So there it is. I'm still not a fan, I feel like, so far. I haven't cracked the code. The formula is also not necessarily my favorite. It's not super thin, but then also not super pigment. I don't know. I haven't made it work yet, but we'll keep revisiting it. Maybe it'll work one day. Maybe eventually it just, we'll call it, we'll see. I do want to revisit this blush. I just talked about this, I think in my last video when this goes up, but I want to retry it. I figured this was going to be light enough that it wouldn't be a big deal to tap this over it. So I thought I could kill two birds with one stone type thing. I think that's the saying, the phrase. So I'm going to give this a shot. Again, I've been into more of these like reddy colors. I feel like my issue last time was I got a streak, but I really went in and I don't know, I think I'm tapping this time. This is the powder blush brush from Sigma, the F10. I'm tapping it there, tapping on the back of my hand and then going in and kind of swiping. I really just don't want, I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's from the cream blush, like the line. I know sometimes the blush just looks like a lot until later, but it's gonna be hard to convince me. You know, like, that's kind of a lot. Okay, we need to stop with the blush. Maybe it was a bad idea to revisit those two blushes at the same time. Hindsight, you know. I'm gonna powder down even a little. Anyway, back to the room situation. So I started just like cleaning things up, putting things away, and I just realized I need a little bit more storage, especially because I'm not really decluttering in the same way that I used to, so I don't even expect to. Speaking of, listen to that. That's my mailman. I don't expect to declutter in the same way, also going at least for the next bit. So I really wanted a way that I could not have my room become a mess. You know what I mean? Just have systems, have organization, where things go, how things get kind of processed in my studio, that type of stuff. Just because I feel like sometimes those are the things that make me feel overwhelmed, which then make it hard to work, which then make it hard for my brain to function. And I'm really trying to do that type of stuff. Plus, I had a lot of plans for this room, but the year's just been tough for me. Like, it's just been the most trying year. I hate to bring it up all the time, but it is, and I'm in it still. But I'm using this Rowan highlighter, the stick one. I really loved using this, and I haven't used it in a second, so I thought I'd bust it out, aka revisit it. Hey, it is so pretty. I always think it's gonna be so icy, and then as soon as I blend it out, it warms up. It has like a little bit of a gold, but not like a yellow gold, so it actually just looks really nice and way more natural on the skin than I could ever expect it to from this white stick. But I had a lot of plans for this room. I had wallpaper, which I don't even know where it is now. I'm like, where is that wallpaper? I don't know where that is. Oh my gosh. I gotta find that. But I had a lot of plans for this room, and I just never got the chance to finish them, and it's just been one thing after another. And now at this point, I kind of have a whole different vision, so I'm just going for it. And instead of sitting on it, usually these things I'm like, I should do that, I should do that, I should do that, and I don't do it. Or I make an excuse, or I'm like, well, who knows how long we'll be here, who knows this, so I don't want to have to change it. And I've realized lately that when I like make spaces mine, even if that space is only mine for the next 5 months, 6 months, only a year, it's like, it's a whole year of living, or even a whole 6 months of living without it feeling temporary, and instead feeling comforting and cozy and you know, rejuvenating, relaxing, all that stuff. So I decided to take my little studio seriously. I decided to really make it mine, make me feel good in it, make me excited to work, make it easy to process stuff. So I have a whole vision. I hope it's gonna turn out kind of scary, but super exciting. I think we just have brows. I'm so excited. I'm just gonna use the brow gel first. I'm probably gonna do some pretty light brows today. I have been enjoying just when they're so simple, and although sometimes on camera they can look a little light when I do them this style, I feel like in real life they don't look too intense, and sometimes that's nice. But that is on my list. I think I've decided officially, like, I am gonna dye my brows once and then just see. I know that seems so silly to be like that worried about dyeing your brows. Like, I know they fade. I know that like it's not kind of the same as like dyeing your hair, but yeah, I don't know why. It's taken me a minute to just like commit to the fact that I'm like, I think I am going to actually dye my brows at some point. Not a date set, but just committing to that part and that much. This is the brow gel though from Persona. I go back and forth between this and the Tarte one. This one's been working really nice for a lighter look. The Tarte one is a little bit more pigmented, but really fast as well. And then depending on how perfect I kind of want to go, I'll go in with my Rowan brow pencil. And that's really been the routine lately. And I've been liking it a lot. I've really been liking this look though, specifically. Like chill, but put together. And then if I want to clean it up at all, because I'm just running through what my natural brows are, and I do not pluck them. They're just blonde, so I feel like you can't really see them too much. And I just like get so many texture spots when I do pluck that I can't be bothered. So then I kind of just use this to help out. Sometimes just sharpen my tail a little. Okay, I like that. It looks like really nice and natural. I hope it looks good on camera. I think we're finally to the eyes. I'm so excited to swatch these. So I'm gonna pull it up on Ulta real fast. Do I only have 4? I think there's 5 and I have 4 of them. I think that is true. Obviously, I don't know if these have changed. It looks like the packaging has changed on them. So I don't know if the formula is different, but there are 5 available shades now. Oh my gosh. I just went around my whole room trying to find my favorite color because I was like, it's not here, oh my gosh. And so I thought I lost it. I'm telling you right now, when my room's a mess, I mean it. My shit's everywhere. And so I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna find this? Lo and behold, it's just within all my stuff here on my table. Okay, so starting from scratch. I have 5 of the colors. There were 6 originally. It looks like there are 5 now, with 2 of them being new shades, so 3 came back. I think they kept only the good ones though. I was trying to say that my favorite is Flash Storm. I'm pretty sure it's between Flash Storm and Electro Bolt. Those ones are so pretty. So this is Flash Storm. It's definitely like cool toned. It has like a bluish purple shift with like this bronzy, minky, taupey purple base. How many colors can I name? So pretty, so sparkly, absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty sure this is what I'm gonna wear today. So that color came back. Thank goodness. Like I said, Electro Bolt is my next favorite, if not like tied. Again, it's just a different look because this one is a red-based warm toned color. It has like a gold, green, blue reflect. So pretty, so amazing, so good. Love that one as well. And if you really only wanted 2, those are the 2 I would say to pick up. The other one from the line that they kept is Hail Surge, which is kind of the champagne-y gold one. Like there's nothing super special about it. Not that it's not pretty. It just doesn't have, I mean, it does have some like confetti glitter in it. Yeah, it does. Actually, it is really pretty. It just doesn't have quite a duochromeness. It's just that kind of golden neutral champagne with some multicolored sparkle that's a lot more subtle, has no flip, you know, isn't necessarily as exciting, but definitely for the neutral girlies, probably something they like. So as for these colors, this one is Thundercloud. Doesn't really matter. You can't get this anymore, but it was a silvery sparkle with like a blue shimmer to it. Really pretty color. I don't know why they didn't bring that one back. I thought that one was nice. And then the other one is called Force Field, and this was one of those like red, bronze, golden shades, like a little maroony. It has more of a duochrome, lots of sparkle to it. A pretty one, not one of my personal faves, but I thought this would be pretty popular as well, so I'm kind of surprised those ones aren't there. The color I didn't have is like a bronze, and there was really nothing that special about that one. I was super into color at the time though, so I kind of wonder if maybe I'd like it more now, but it's not available. It doesn't really matter. The colors that are new, I'll pop pictures up. We have Green Flash, which I have no idea. There's no good swatches on this site at all. That sucks. And then there's one called Heartburst, which is more of that kind of pink. It might just be a repackaging or a similar color to that Force Field shade. But again, I can't tell sparkle or any type of shift. I'm thinking about picking these up, but I really want to swatch them in person before I just do that. So we'll see. If you somehow have seen them or you bought them and you think they're worth it and you think they're comparable to some of the shades that I've already mentioned, let me know. I'll definitely trust y'all. But now that we're here, let's actually do the eye look. I can't believe I got so off track. I do want to lay down a base that's going to kind of blank out my eyes because, or like my eyelids, just so I have a clean area to work with. For some mattes to build out a little bit of a look, I'm actually going to go in with this new palette. Dose of Color sent me the new Shayla Wifey collection, the bridal collection. This is the Wifey palette. I've already done an eye look with this and it looked really good, but I'm going to go into this matte first and then I'm going to use this in the outer corner. The look that I've done with this, I did that, then that in the outer corner, this on the lid, and it was really pretty. Very neutral. I think I'm wearing it in my last perfume video, I think, the fall niche perfume video. That's the look I was wearing there. Anyway, I'm just gonna build this gently into my crease. I'm not looking for like a ton of pigment, I just want a little bit. I'm gonna build a little bit of the dark shade up first, and I might tap over after I lay the lid shade down too. Just taking that dark kind of taupey shade. I love something that's like that. I don't know what it is about colors like that where you know they're not black, but they're dark and kind of cool, but a little like almost purple. I like love those shades. They look so good. And I'm keeping it kind of low. I don't want this look to be too dark or too out there. You know, I'm just trying to have a little bit of definition on the outer corner. And I think, you know, adding a little depth like this also adds a bit of a glam aspect, and I kind of want that look. And I'm just blending all that out again with the initial matte we used. Or I use. Sometimes when I'm editing and I say something like that, I'm like, you sound like Gollum. You literally sound like Gollum. Stop. Okay, nice. I think that's a good base to at least start with. So I'm going to take Flash Storm. Now I like these best applied. Well, if you want the most opaque thing, you just go in. I think I'm gonna build it up, and then if I really want an opaqueness, then I'll do that after. So I just take it on my finger. These have like a kind of almost cooling effect, and then I just start tapping out, and this is gonna give you the sheerest kind of look with the least base, most sparkle, which again, I usually really like that look. But I just feel like I have a little more control, and this does dry down where it's not really gonna crease, but I have had it happen in the past, not every time, but sometimes it'll get a little crocodile-y if I layer it too much. So I feel like the finger lets me get the thinnest layer, so that's hopefully not happening. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. These feel like, I feel like specifically Flash Storm and Electro Bolt seem like things that would be in like the cream versions of things in the Linda Hallberg Shimmer Saga quad. So if you're looking for more things like that, maybe in a cream formula, or that's just like what you're into, you like those like elevated neutrally tones, this one and Flash Storm Electro Bolt will give you that in a cream and that kind of texture, shine, all of that stuff. So just thought I would make that comparison because I feel like they're, I don't know, it makes sense in my brain. I kind of want to leave it here. I don't know if I really want to go that much darker with this look just because I kind of like it where it's at. And I'm going to add a little bit of liner anyway. So I'm going to go in another restock that kind of happened. Persona has their eyeliner pencils back in stock. For the longest time, so many of them were out of stock. So I think I'm going to use the plum. I feel like the plum and the bronze are really the colors that I think are really unique and quite beautiful. So that one's plum. I thought I would swatch them for you. The bronze one is the only one with a little bit of shimmer to it. And you guys know how much I love that. I feel like the plum goes so well with this look though, because it already kind of leans purple taupey, you know? And then of course there's like a black and brown. I feel like the brown is quite dark though. That's the brown swatch and that's the black. Very, very pretty. These are those super creamy eyeliners. So think something like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like the Pixie formula, which I do like, but especially I feel like in colors that aren't black and brown or too dark, I guess, because then they're easy to like blend out and that shimmer comes through and it's sultry. So yeah, let's use plum together today. I'm gonna put some on my lower lash line. Tell me why I'm putting brown. Tell me why. What is happening? Why would I do that? Why? I knew it was dark. I was like, damn, this is dark. Okay, I tried to wipe it away a little bit. Didn't really work. Let's actually use plum. I almost used brown again. Let's use plum. Jeez. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, not nearly as dark and definitely plummy like I wanted. All right, there we go. Kind of turned into a disaster, but we're moving past it. Let's do some freaking eyes. Let's get this video. Let's wrap this up, okay? I have two different mascaras to try from ColourPop. This is the Act Natural Defining Mascara. I don't know if I want to use that or the Level Up Lengthening Mascara. I've never used a mascara from ColourPop. I kind of like that. Let's see what this one is. I'll probably go with whatever one's a natural bristle. I feel like this one's going to be like a hourglass. Oh, no. I'm going to go with the Act Natural Defining. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of going for a more natural look anyway right now. It's kind of a big wand, but I mean, it looks fine. It's not very clumpy. It's really just kind of putting darkness on what I have going on. It's not adding a lot of anything. But that can kind of be nice sometimes if you just want a low-key look. I think it's pretty good. I can never really give, though, any type of full review to you guys with a first impressions on mascara because I need a little bit of time to, like, learn to work with it in my eyes. They tend to dry out. Like, I need a week almost to really know how I like to use it, how it's wearing, all of that. I feel like also I'm the type of person that's like, a mascara has to like be bad for me to like dislike it. It has to be like actually really terrible. Okay, let's do lips. Let's finish this up. I wanted to bust this color out from Romand. This is the Glasting Water Tint. I picked this up initially from YesStyle off of people's recommendations, and I feel like I'm actually at the point where I like this because I think just taste-wise, it's not that it was a bad product. I just really wasn't into brighter lips. Like, oh my gosh, I've dropped everything today. I'm gonna line just a little first. This is just to get a tiny bit of an outline. And then this is the shade, I definitely don't know. It's like all in Korean on the bottom, and I have horrible eyesight also. Look at that, you think this tricked you? But before, this was still a lot to me. So what's so interesting about this is it tints your lips, but looks like just a gloss, but then it stains them. But it feels like kind of just comforting. I've liked having a little bit of color to my lips, like add some life and blush, you guys know that. So it looks like this, and then when it wears off, your lips are just gonna be stained. So you could go in with this again and keep the tint going, or you could just go in with gloss. Like, how nice is that? I love it. One of those products, again, glad it's still here. Glad it's still here for me to try out and have in my collection already. I am actually gonna get a few more colors just to see if there's something maybe less deep. I know they're mostly all in that red tone, but I really do like the natural look it gives, and that it's a stain that gives you the gloss, gives you the moisture, and it doesn't stain weird either. Oh, it stains like evenly and just like really delicately, really just nice. So here we are all zoomed out. Let me just take my hair down. I feel like my blush is still a little too much, like it's a little much. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed just hanging out with me, doing a little get ready with me. I thought instead of just doing my makeup on my own, I'd bring you along and also revisit some things, get some thoughts on things. I'd love to know what you're trying out or what you're loving right now. Let me know down below. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.